Good day, scholars! This is an alternate ending to the original What If story. Goku and Vegeta teams up before Namek. I had this idea originally, but I stuck with a darker ending for creative purposes in the main full story video, but I thought I'd share this alternate ending with you anyway because you may like this one better as well, and it will also put a smile on the faces of those who wanted to see Vegeta turn Super Saiyan. And if you're a Vegeta fan, this one is for you, and I'd appreciate it if you Gallic gunned that like button to help this video out, as it really shows me how much you like the content and that I know I should keep making more for you. Thank you, scholars, and be sure to check out the full story leading up to this moment so you know just what the hell happened in the first place. Let us continue from the original story where Frieza had just achieved his final form. The transformation is complete, and Frieza, with his purple aura, rises out from the lava that spewed from Namek's core. Frieza smiles in this sleek, slender new form. Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo stand on guard, and this image of 3 vs 1 on the erupting Namek looks like an iconic moment in Dragon Ball What If history. That was until Frieza calmly said the words, 50%. I will only use 50%, and you only have 5 minutes. Vegeta spits to the ground. Shut up, you idiot! He charges at Frieza and misses a punch. No matter how much stronger Vegeta was than in the original story, no matter if Goku used a Kaioken times 20 at this point in his less powerful base than in the original, all 3 of them combined have absolutely no chance like this. Frieza moves quickly, lightning fast, and manages to kick all 3 fighters in the face one at a time. He is holding back his true power, not out of fun, but because he doesn't need 100% at all. Hell, he doesn't even need 25% at this rate. But Frieza manages to land another 3 kicks to each of them before they even hit the ground. All 3 fighters land down on the floating rocks of the lava. Frieza was so precise with his attacks. Vegeta can't even see his movements, which means they are completely outmatched. Due to Goku and Vegeta's inexperience of teamwork here, the only trump card Goku could think of was the Spirit Bomb, so he asked Piccolo to buy him some time. But the worn-out Namekian barely looked like he could fight off a cold. Screw it, they may as well try. The problem with the Spirit Bomb was Namek was already near destruction. There were 4 minutes left. Could Goku even form a Spirit Bomb in that time? Highly unlikely, but he tried anyway. He raises his arms. Planet Namek, whatever you have left, the stars around you, all living things, lend me your energy and I will defeat... Silence, monkey. Goku stopped talking. He looks down, his arms fall loose. Frieza had just punched him so hard in the stomach that Goku is knocked unconscious. He whispers to Kakarot, who falls onto his shoulder. I didn't ask you to raise your hands for your emperor just yet. For that, you don't get to act in the circus tonight, Saiyan filth. Goku's eyes glaze, and the courageous hero falls to his knees. Piccolo runs towards Goku. No, Goku! But Frieza sees the Namekian, and in one swift movement, Frieza darts past the Namekian at the speed of light, and elbows Piccolo in the back of the head, and then to the front of the face, where blood explodes from his mouth. Piccolo is completely unconscious too. They had no chance. The blood from Piccolo, the blood from Goku, stains the crumbled, destroyed land of the doomed planet Namek. That's almost 2 races extinct in one day, and this isn't even my best day. Vegeta is extremely angry, but at the same time trembling with fear, so many mixed emotions. Frieza turns his attention to him. You're not a Super Saiyan. You never were. You cannot stop me, Vegeta, but I'm willing to give you another chance if you want to. But first, I need to beat out the treachery in your broken body before we consider a new deal. He teleports in and headbutts Vegeta, grabs his hair from behind, a barrage of punches to Vegeta's spine, and throws him to the dirt. He puts his foot onto Vegeta's chest and presses hard onto the wound. So, Vegeta, is this a Super Saiyan? There's nobody left but you. Are you going to stop me in less than 2 minutes? I'll be out of here in 1. But before I leave, let me tell you a story about your father. Just before I killed him, Vegeta's eyes open and locks onto Frieza's. Frieza laughs. Yes, your father, pitiful monkey. Right before I killed him, I pinned him down, similar to what I'm doing to you now. And I told him something similar, that the Super Saiyan was a myth, and because he believed in such a stupid legend, I would punish him. I would punish his son, and any offspring he would have. I told him to beg for his life, and you know what he did, Vegeta? He begged, he kissed my foot, he groveled, and he cried, and he told me that I could take his son, if it meant that I spared his pathetic life. Vegeta starts to cry hearing this. And Frieza continues. Yes, he sacrificed his son to try and save his pathetic life. And you know what I told him? I told him, King Vegeta, you are a goddamn disgrace. And then I proceeded to crush his entire skull to where the blood despicably ruined my newly mopped command floor. That wretched pig, he deserved to die. Vegeta's tears begin to pour, but then his eyes widen with anger, hatred, and desperation. You liar! Vegeta knew his father would never do that, and Frieza was trying to get to him before he killed him. And he was right. It did get to him. Vegeta shouts again, You liar! Get away from me! And he follows with an explosion never seen before. A golden blast of energy surrounds the area and Vegeta rises to his feet as Frieza jumps away from the impact. He tells Frieza, I hate you! I don't care if I'm a Super Saiyan or the myths, but by my hand alone, I am going to kill you! Even if it means we both die here. Frieza notices something changing in Vegeta. He notices this isn't any ordinary ape transformation. Vegeta's hair is flickering golden, and his eyes pulsating with a green hue. The rocks begin to rise around Vegeta. The anger is burning inside him, along with a desperation to survive, but also a feeling of not giving a damn anymore. All of the struggles have pushed Vegeta to this moment. We know what is about to happen, and finally, via the Saiyan Prince, in all of his glory, the legendary Super Saiyan. He stands before Frieza, not even sure of the feelings he's experiencing, but Vegeta is primarily fueled with rage and revenge. Frieza is in absolute shock. The plot armor is strong with this one. Vegeta looks at Piccolo and Goku's fallen bodies and calls them a disgrace. He looks back at Frieza. You bastard! This is for all the Saiyans you murdered! And in warp speed, Vegeta is already in close combat to Frieza, with his fist in Frieza's guts. What a hit! He looks up at Frieza, who is looking at him in disbelief as he spits out blood. Impossible! That's right, Vegeta is easily as strong as Super Saiyan Goku in the original story, which means there is no doubt now that he could kill this monstrosity, but the difference here, Goku was fighting in the name of all that was good, but Vegeta is fighting with pain and suffering 30 years in the making. Vegeta follows through with a thunderous kick and carries out an onslaught of punches and kicks to Frieza. Frieza loses his bearings as this power jump was far too great. As he's being punched left and right, smashed in the ground non-stop, he begins to realize this is the Super Saiyan he feared. Vegeta continues to attack. This is a different Vegeta than before. He no longer feels arrogant. He no longer feels like playing games. This transformation was ignited through desperation and a need. Vegeta knew in his blood what he had finally become. Whilst he was punching Frieza into the dirt, he also felt that the rage in this situation was taking over his being. And it was that rage that just kept multiplying. The Super Saiyan continued to battle and bruise Frieza before Frieza could even have time to power up to full. Vegeta was leaving no openings this time. He was riding his rage state and ready to finish this. Suddenly, a small spaceship appeared near the area of the fight. It was Bulma, Gohan, Krillin, and Dende. They came back for Goku and Piccolo because Gohan felt his father's ki drop fast. In crackerjack timing, they disembarked and brought Goku and Piccolo on board, with Dende then healed them. But they had to get out of there now. Namek was erupting. Bulma told them they had to take off right now. There's only 1 minute left before Namek explodes. Goku and Piccolo rise inside the ship and realize what the hell happened, and sensed the most extraordinary power coming from Namek's destroyed land, and could finally see it. Vegeta had become something else. Goku realized that this is the Super Saiyan he overheard them talking about. It had to be. Goku is in complete shock and realizes this is way above his pay grade.
Vegeta is sacrificing himself. He feels a tremendous burning rage coming from in. It feels uncontrollable. It's extremely dangerous to stay, but Vegeta needs this for himself. This is a moment he's been waiting for his whole life, and the prince will finally get what he was destined for, and at the same time, destroy that bastard who ruined his life and ours.
Goku says, Vegeta, I'm sorry. I wish things were different now. He looks down at the carnage happening on Namek. The spaceship surges and leaves the Namekian atmosphere on its way back to Earth, where their future is left in their hands. Thus leaving behind the legendary Super Saiyan and the Emperor Tyrant Frieza. A battle of absolute monsters, destined to fight until the very end. Vegeta, with barely 30 seconds left, says to Frieza, who is standing on his crooked legs. "This is for my father." "Vegeta, please. I'll do anything." Vegeta teleports behind him so fast Frieza could not see it. "Gallic Gun!" Point blank, a giant explosion, and Frieza's body is completely blown in half, similar to how he looked in the original story. Vegeta walks slowly, dominantly towards the fallen brute.
Vegeta, help me. I beg of you. I'll give you anything."
Vegeta walks over and turns Frieza onto his back and mounts the separated body. Frieza's mouth blasts blood out constantly, and Vegeta grabs Frieza's left arm, ignites his Super Saiyan aura, and rips off the arm. Frieza screams in pain. He almost falls unconscious due to the pain, but is barely awake. Vegeta grabs the other arm and rips that off too, throws them both away. Frieza is pretty much in a state of shock, cannot even say a word. Eyes rolling into the back of his head, whilst the sweating, blood-faced, raging-eyed Super Saiyan Prince looks down in disgust and says,
"And this is for me."
Vegeta raises his fist and punches Frieza directly in the face, and again, and again, and again. Vegeta punches go deeper each time, as Frieza's face is caved in. The Super Saiyan continues until finally, his hand goes through the monster's head entirely to the rocks below. And the Super Saiyan screams in complete anger. While sitting on the murdered Frieza, but also a moment's relief realizing he got his revenge in the most disgusting, brutal way. Just who is the real monster here? Vegeta stands up, completely victorious in this battle, but had truly lost whatever soul he had in order to do it. He was consumed. There was no time to get to a space pod in these last 10 seconds. He had less time than Goku originally did in the original story. There was no escape for the prince. He realized he got carried away with his anger, and there was no stopping it. The years of hell. Vegeta didn't deserve to die, but he deserved this moment. And he would prioritize this moment over his own life. He looks up at the sky. With planet Namek seconds away from its inevitable destruction, he realizes who he has become, and for the last moment he regains his rationale, controlling the Super Saiyan power for one more second. He closes his eyes, relaxes, no expression, knowing this is how it was always meant to be, his destiny, and how he wishes he could have seen his father one more time to make him proud, and to tell him that now they are truly free. Vegeta, the prince, the slayer of Frieza, the avenger of the Saiyan race, the legendary Super Saiyan. And in that moment, a gigantic bright light emerged and covered the nearby space as planet Namek explodes, destroying everything on it entirely. And Vegeta dies, a warrior, with no fear, no regrets, and no more pain. Goodbye, Saiyan Prince. Thank you for watching this alternate ending to the Dragon Ball What If Vegeta teams up with Goku before Namek. The full video and its original dark ending is in the link below. Please check it out in its fullest, you will love it, and the twist at the end. But then again, this ending today is still pretty dark anyway, but in a different way. At least it's not Goku winning the day, but hey, at least Vegeta got that last epic moment as a Super Saiyan, living up to the intensity of the original Super Saiyan legend that destroyed himself because of the power. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Consider subscribing for more stories like this, and with that being said,
I'll see you in the next dimension.